The last movie video was full without me noticing it, so I took it a little bit out to show you the last rows. I already signed it off because I didn't notice it stopped filming. We are busy on this row, so I have to finish the last white one. Make one more double crochet, and then go to here. And normally I will show you that we are cutting off this line. Let me see if I can make it a little bit. I will do it like this. It's easiest to follow. Next one will be one white. So we're gonna slip stitch in the second, in the third, and in here, chain 2. If you crochet, like I said, if you crochet tight, do chain 3. I crochet pretty loose, so I could do 2. One time white and then 2 times. And I put my yarn I frogged in the order I frogged it, so if it's okay, then it should have the correct length. 2 times brown, chain 3, double crochet, slip stitch, chain 3, and 3 double crochet. Then we have to make 2 white, chain 3, that's 1 square of white and the last square white. It's number 3. And we slip stitch in the end, and then this row is done too. Next row will be 1 white, so we turning the work. So slip stitch in the second, in the third, and in the open space, chain 2. 3 double crochet, and then we change color to brown, and we make 2 times brown. Slip stitch, and chain 3. Slip stitch and 1 more square of brown. My daughter looked at me earlier a little bit funny because she said, "Brown, but you're using purple." So I had to explain her. 1 more white. 2, chain 3, 3 times double crochet. You notice the rows are getting shorter and shorter. This one is done. Now we have one white, one brown and one white. So slip stitch in here, then the work. I'm going from there to there now. So slip stitch, slip stitch, slip stitch, chain 2, and then 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and that's 3. Then 1 purple, chain 3, 1, 2, and that's 3. 1 more white, three, 3 double crochet, and slip stitch, and then this row is done as well. Now we have to make a color change to brown. So we're going to chain slip stitch in the second, slip stitch in the third double crochet, and the last one we getting the new color, and then we have to do 1 time brown and 1 time white. 3 double crochet, and then we switch to white. Chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and slip stitch, and then we made this row. This is the last one, so I'm gonna slip stitch for the last time, chain 2, and 3 double crochet in the last square of this mini blanket, and slip stitch in here. I always do 1 more slip stitch or chain. So now it's finished. Weave in all the ends. When we weaved in all the ends, I come back and then I'm going to show you how I do the border. And then we made a little owl blanket. So weave in all the ends and then I come back. Okay, I promise you to make a border around this, how do you call that, mini blanket, mini blanket. I'm gonna do that in mint. Here's my stitch marker left, still there, but I can remove that now because I break it. Okay. Never mind, got plenty of them. But we don't need it anymore because we can see the front now. And the funny thing is, with corner to corner, you can use both sides. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna make a border of double crochet, and sometimes people ask me how does it happen that my border get all ruffled up or that it's too tight. That's because people always think with single crochet you have to put 1 stitch in it, with half double crochet you have to put 2 in it, and with double crochet you have to put 3 in it. No, it also depends on the tension you crochet with, what kind of yarn you use, so it can be different in every project you do. Like I did on the sides a chain 2 instead of chain 3, and I slip stitch in the second instead of in the first. So I know my tension, and I know that if I do 3 then it will get too loose, and at the end if you make then at the same way the border, that will get too loose also, and then it will get ruffled. I start in the corner with chain 3, that counts as the first double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and I make 2 more double crochet in the corner, and then I have here 1 stitch, and here a stitch, well, and here 1. That's the slip stitch between the white and the purple. Then I have here the open space, and in my case I'm just gonna put 2 in there, and maybe it's already too much, but let me see further if I can put it in here. Yes, and 1 here. So just look for yourself what is nice on your project and you're happy with, and it's not that because people say it's standard to do it like that you have to do it like that too. Crocheting is just having fun and making sure you're happy with the end results, and it really doesn't matter how you get there as long as you're comfortable with it. And you can use the advice from people as a guideline, but they're not your Bible. Maybe that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it otherwise. Just follow your side, follow your heart, and make sure that at the end of the project you're happy with it, because that's the most important thing. And it looks nice, but everybody has another definition of what looks nice and what's not. So as long as you're having fun with your project, and that's the most important thing. A lot of people use crochet also to release stress, to get relaxed. So please don't worry about small things then. As you can see, I just put 2 in the open spaces, and for the rest I just looked a little bit that there's still a same space between, and that it won't ruffle, it won't stretch either way. And if you find it easier to do the first row with single crochets, please do. Sometimes it's easier than for some people. For me it's easier just to start with a double crochet, and sometimes I make the color changes too tight, and then you get a little bit problem, but hey, I don't like, look, this is something I don't like, so I have to think about something else to do there. And I think I'm gonna put one here, and then skip the one I just did. So, and then we're gonna put again 3 in the corner. For me 3 always works. And then I'm gonna put one here, one in that open space. Some parts are easier to do, some parts are harder to do. Just keep in mind that the space between every double crochet has to be about even. And not too close on each other, because then you will get that it will ruffle. I have here again a spot that's a little bit more tricky. I'm gonna put it a little bit further, and then the next one going to go in that open space for me. So this is just an example on how I do it. If you find another way, please do. Like I said earlier, as long as you enjoy the work you do, then really nothing else matters. And the same goes also for the color of your border. I choose this one because it doesn't touch the edges, because there's always a purple or a white between, and I just like the color. So I notice here it starts a little bit to ruffle, but I still have to block it, so that will be okay. That's too much space. I'll put it here. Sometimes you can also use a needle that's 0.5 smaller to do the border. Sometimes I do that too. Just like you start with a bigger hook. If you make just rows like that in double crochet. Okay. Just go all the way around, and when you finish the border I will show you my end result. And make sure that in the corner you do 3 double crochet. Maybe you have to do 4, depends on how tight you crochet. Just make sure that when you do the border it's round and flat, and that when you decide to do a second row border, that you can easily, that it will stay flat. I noticed that my blanket is a little bit ruffling, so I'm gonna get some out, and I think I skipped the one here, for example. So just finish your border, make sure it stays flat, doesn't ruffle everywhere, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, that's the end of the tutorial on how to make a Graphgan in corner to corner stitch, and especially for the people who had a question on when to increase and when to decrease, especially when the graph is not square, because it bottom has less rows than the sides, so you have to decrease first here and a few rows later on the other side. If you understand that, then you can make any graph you want. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I'd like to see you with the next tutorial of Design BK.